Hey guys, and welcome back to Tony the Technician's channel. And today on Tool Talk episode 2, we will be going over organization versus space in your toolbox. It is a very important thing. Many people will argue that, or people that are just naturally unorganized and just are used to throwing stuff in a drawer, like say this is their wrench drawer. They'll just throw like regular wrenches over here, stubbies over here. They'll just have everything tossed in there, but won't have anything organized. And they're just naturally that way. There's no problem with that. But if that's the way they are, I mean, they're going to be used to going in that drawer and looking for something. And that takes time. Even though they will argue that they're so used to the drawer being unorganized that they can quickly find something. I guarantee you that if you are organized and have everything in order and clean, it doesn't matter. You can argue all day. An organized person or an organized toolbox will always be able to find something quicker than somebody that just has a bunch of crap thrown in a drawer. And so that's kind of what I want to go over today, as well as staying organized does have its downsides as well. So we're going to go into that. Being organized, it's important because you can find things faster. And here in the United States, a lot of mechanics or technicians, when working at dealerships or just these shops, you're getting paid most of the time by how many jobs you get done. If you're allotted 30 minutes for an oil change and you take 30 minutes or more, you're only getting paid for that 30 minutes. So if you can do an oil change faster, say 10-15 minutes, and you have another job, let's say you get 2 oil changes done in the time that you get paid, for 30 minutes, but you get 2 jobs done. That means you're getting paid twice for the same amount of time, if that makes any sense. So a big part of getting jobs done faster is being organized and being able to get to those tools as fast as you can and doing the job as fast as you can without negatively impacting the quality of your work. So it's very important to stay organized, know where your stuff is, and get the job done fast and well. So I will show you a few things, how I keep my toolbox organized and how I can get to things. Now, onto the negative part of staying organized. It is extra work. Obviously, I clean all my tools when I'm done because I hate dirty stuff. I'm just I like my tools clean. And so it takes a little bit of time to clean my tools, especially after a big job because you use a lot of tools. I'll have my entire workbench filled with tools and I'll sit here and clean them for, half an hour. But that's no big deal to me. It might be a waste of time to other people. But the main downside to it is, like me, I keep things organized. So that means I keep a lot of things in their cases, even when their cases are big. So like my Easy Red ratchets, they're amazing, or Easy Red wrenches, I'm sorry. They're amazing wrenches. And they come in this beautiful styrofoam type case. And it looks really good. It's easy to get to, it's fast, it keeps my drawer clean, but they take up a tremendous amount of space. My entire wrench drawer is almost full because of these cases. But I compromised space for being organized. Later on, when I get more wrenches and can't really organize my toolbox any other way to make them fit without that, I will eventually have to get rid of those cases and put them on a rail like everything else, but I'll still keep them organized. I will not just throw them in there. So that's the downside to staying organized sometimes, is that you use cases and it takes up more room and you might fill up your toolbox sooner than you expected. So keep that in mind, and you might have to compromise organization for space as well. but you can still stay pretty organized while still saving space. That's basically it. I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. If you guys have any comments or questions, please let me know. I just wanted to inform you guys on how staying organized and keeping your toolbox clean and knowing exactly where everything is, how that can save you time and bring you more money if that's the type of job you do. If you're an at-home mechanic and stuff like that, it's not that big of a deal. But when you're out working at a dealership or a shop and you're getting paid by the jobs that you do, to me that is very important, and I believe it's probably pretty important to most of you as well. Of course, you are going to have the people that are just naturally used to grabbing stuff out of a drawer that's just thrown together. So let me just go ahead and show you some things by what I mean of staying organized, but it takes up a lot of space. So let's move into that now. All right, so the first thing is the screwdrivers. Now, this doesn't necessarily take up a lot of room. This case actually keeps them about as close together as you possibly can. So this isn't a great example of how staying organized takes up a bunch of room, but this is the type of case I mean. Some things will have fewer things in here and they're spread out, kind of like these Kiwi pliers. They take up a lot of room. I couldn't even fit them in my pliers drawer anymore, but it comes in handy, so I'm keeping this. But this is what I mean, like this plier set. I love these cases, so I decided to keep it. I compromised space for organization. I do have these rails because when I got this, my pliers obviously didn't fit laying down. So to stay organized, instead of just throwing them in here, I bought this rail. I spent the $20 or $30 on it, and it was worth keeping my drawer organized. It saves space and it keeps everything organized. I kept these here because this is something that I really like. So I compromised space right there. Same thing with these. I love these wrenches. They are amazing, and their cases are really nice, but they take up a crap ton of room. This is a 52-inch drawer, and I only have my regular wrenches, stubbies, both metric and standard, and then just these Easy Red. These are all the metric, and these are the standard. As you can tell, it takes up about half of the drawer. So when I do get my like hose pliers in, or hose wrenches for like brake lines and stuff like that, as well as like my offset wrenches and stuff like that, I'm not really gonna have any room for them in here. I might put them on that back rail in line to keep them organized, but if I decide not to do that, I will have to get rid of these cases, put these on rails, and I'm sure they will fit just along up here, saving me all this room down here. So eventually I might have to compromise these styrofoam cases for more space. Just like these ratchets. They do take up quite a bit of room, but still not that much room. They're pretty well, I mean, this corner takes up a bit of room in this corner, but really this isn't bad. It also keeps them organized, and I really like these, so I'm keeping them. Same thing with these rail systems. You can get the single rail systems like this, but if you don't screw them down to the drawer, then they're gonna be flopping around, and I don't really like that. Or like if you bought a socket set and it came in, let's say a case like that, I know people that actually keep their sockets in these inside the drawer, which is nice because it does keep things organized, but then you have to open up the case every time and all of that, and that takes time. As well as these cases take up a lot of room. So even though these rail systems, these are the Ernst Socket Boss twist lock socket rails. They do take up a little bit of room because there is space in between each rail, but it keeps things organized. I have all the numbers on the front, and you can slide them around to fit more sockets. So granted, they take up more space this way, you can fit a lot more sockets. So these are a great purchase if you guys want to look into these. They're about $25 per rail system. I have 2 metric and 2 standard. So that's $100 in rail systems, but it's a good purchase. I love them. You can individually take each rail out. They are locked in, but you can slide them out. Say you just need these deep well sockets, you can slide it out, take it, and do the job. This also keeps everything organized, and you can get the job done fast. Another thing is my file set and my pry bars. That takes up quite a bit of room. I could eventually, I probably will, because I'm going to be getting the Craftsman striking pair of pry bars. I will eventually have to compromise this rail, get rid of it, put these files closer together so I can fit more stuff in this drawer. But for right now, to keep myself organized, this is what I've done. So for me to get jobs done fast, I will always keep everything organized. If you guys have any questions or comments, please let me know. Like I said before, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I will answer almost immediately. I love reading your guys' comments and replying. Any questions about staying organized? Another great thing is like people's junk drawers. Everybody's got one. I even have one. But I have a drawer dedicated to picks, pens, pencils, markers, knives, stuff like that. Those are all very small things in a small drawer, and I just have them laid out. But eventually I'm gonna keep adding stuff to that drawer, and a great thing to keep those organized are the little bins that you can buy almost anywhere. You go to Sears, Menards, Walmart, any, like the school section where you would buy the little plastic or metal cases that just hold pens, pencils, knives. You can buy those and they fit perfectly for toolbox drawers, and they're amazing. They keep everything organized, and it's really nice, and they're only a couple bucks, so it's worth it. And you'll get your money back by doing jobs faster than the time that you're paid for. So if you guys have any questions about the Ernst socket rails or the plier rack, the wrench holders, the ratchet holders, anything like that, if you have any questions or comments on any of my tools, please let me know, and I will respond, or I will make a video dedicated to your guys' questions. Thank you guys once again for watching this channel. If you like the video, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys once again. See you guys next time on Tool Talk.